Hey everybody, it's Heather from Diamonds and Dragonflies. Oh, it has been a day. It has been a week. It has just been a life. Okay, before we get started, I want to show you what tools I'm using today. This is my pen that I ordered from a drop from Enabler's Outpost. I got this pen, I think 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago was the drop, and it was shipped out. I love it. It has the single placer and the 6 placer from Diamond Art Club, their new thin placers on here. My washi tape is sticking up and it's bugging me. I'm going to be using putty in my 6 placer. This is apple cider from Randa's Crafty Corner. I love Randa's putty. I use it exclusively. I've tried other putties. I don't like any of them. So, and oh, it smells really good. And then in my single placer, I'm going to be using Not Your Mama's Mud from Whimsical Daisy. And there we go. This is Granny Special Apple Pancakes. And it smells really good too. All right. So I'm working on a Craftably kit. It is my first Craftably kit. I can't speak this morning. It is almost done. I just have like this area to get finished here. It came with 3 crystal colors on its own and 4 ABs, I believe. And then it had some specialty drills that are down here that you can't see at the moment. I decided to add some of the ABs that I got from Diamond Painting Drills, who are a sponsor for Drills and Chills. I bought the pumpkin pack that was on sale. And so I replaced the 740 and the 741 with ABs. So they go in this flower. The tray I'm using is my Max Grid tray from Bella Art de Nicole. I just love her stuff. So, let's see, 6. All right. So, yeah. So, okay. Let's talk about the past week. So, actually, you know what? Let's just start with today. So I've been destashing a bunch of stuff, and apparently I made a very big error yesterday, and I put the wrong label on the wrong package. So I use Pirate Ship for printing out and doing all of my shipping labels. So the first thing I did was call the UPS store where I dropped everything off of and said, hey, you don't by any chance happen to still have my package and can change the address? So she went and looked, and no, it had gone out. So she did not have it. And then proceeded to tell me that they cannot do any type of shipping adjustments once it leaves the store at a UPS store. You have to call UPS corporate at that point in time. So she gave me the number to call. I thanked her. She was very nice. She was very apologetic that she couldn't help me further. And I called UPS. Well, they told me that since I had shipped through Pirate Ship, that Pirate Ship had to make the changes and they had to contact them. Lovely. So I log into Pirate Ship. I go to their chat feature. I get a lovely person, and yes, these are ABs, and so they are being contrary and don't want to let go of my new putty. Let me try single placing. There we go. Sorry about that. I got distracted, lost my train of thought. Okay, so I messaged them on chat, spoke to them. They told me, yes, we can make the changes, but unfortunately, UPS charges, and you're going to have to pay the fees to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be delivered to the wrong person. So I was like, okay. So $35.60 later, it is then en route to the right place, or so I think. I gave them the shipping address, and this was once again my screw up. I gave them the shipping address off of the correct shipping label, not realizing that apparently that other shipping label was being shipped UPS, but then delivered to the local post office, and the local post office was actually going to be delivering the package. So I had it shipped to the local post office. So I can't change it today. And if I change it through UPS, they're going to charge me more obscene amounts of money. So what I am hoping to be able to do is I am hoping that when it reaches the post office, that I can then contact the post office, because I did find a phone number for them, the local branch, and say, hey, can you please deliver this to, and give them the correct address, and that then they will ship it and deliver it. So the woman I'm sending it to has been very patient and very understanding, and she's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. She's like, I can even go and pick it up from the post office. And I was like, okay, thank you. So who knows how that is going to work out. The good news is that I actually sold everything that I listed for once. So that was cool. And now I can pay off a bunch of my Afterpays and Sezzle shipping things, because I got a little carried away, and that's why I was destashing some stuff. Part of my mental health struggles is that I have a shopping addiction. When I am upset, I buy things, and that makes me feel better. But of course that becomes a problem, because I get a little too carried away, and I've been very upset recently. I've had a lot going on, both with my health, with my kids, and my marriage. So it's just been a lot. And oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Please do not pay attention to me diamond painting. So I really hope you're just listening and not watching the mess that is me trying to diamond paint right now. So yeah, so that's all been since this morning. So hopefully the rest of the day will go better. Fingers crossed. So let's see what's been going on this week. Started rewatching the Saw movies. I've watched the first one and the second one with my husband last weekend. I'm hoping that maybe this weekend we can knock out quite a few, so that hopefully we can go see the new Saw movie. Or it might just end up that we just go see the new Saw movie and I don't rewatch the other ones. But it's just been like so long that I just really wanted to rewatch them. And I kind of forgot just really how good they are. So, did that last weekend. We took Athena and Atlas to the vet. Saturday was really rough for me. I have arthritis in my hands, and I have nerve issues in my arms and in my legs. I woke up Saturday morning and I was in so much pain from my chin down to my toes that I couldn't even curl my toes. They hurt so bad. I had to use my cane to walk, which I hadn't done that in a while. So that was a problem. And yeah, so I was in excruciating pain. And we had to take Atlas and Athena to the vet because they were both going to be past due on their Pro-Heart heartworm shots. And if you know me personally, you know that a few years ago, Athena, despite being on heartworm prevention, we used to give the pills for heartworm prevention. She got bit by a mosquito and got heartworms. She successfully completed heartworm treatment, was very expensive, and it was very grueling on her body. That we do not want to have to ever do that again. So we switched to the shots. Pro-Heart guarantees that if they are getting their shots on time and if they were to contract heartworm, that they will cover the cost of treatment. So I don't know if you can hear that. Rhea is actually in the room and she is snoring. Come here, you went in the wrong place. You go up here. So it was very important that they get these shots on time. So we drove back down to Maryland to our vet. My husband drove, and she's dreaming. So yeah, so we drove back, he drove down there. I was in excruciating pain, but they saw the vet, they got their treatment. And is it just me, or does everyone think it is just the cutest thing ever when you hear them doing that in their sleep and you know that they're dreaming? I would love to be able to look into their minds and know what it is that they're dreaming about. And Rhea is a very big dreamer. She dreams a lot when she's sleeping. So yeah, so it's so freaking cute. So anyway, so that's what we did on Saturday. Came home, I wanted to cry. I was in so much pain. I took a lot of prescription medication that I have for pain and zonked out on the couch watching Saw. So yeah. Sunday, didn't really do a whole lot. I diamond painted because I wasn't able to diamond paint at all on Saturday, which practically killed me. At least I felt like I was going to. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I need to diamond paint, because I told you people, diamond painting is what helps greatly with my anxiety, my depression, my stress. Yeah. So I was in desperate need of my fix. So that's what we did on Sunday. I just kind of sat in here and diamond painted for almost the entire day. And you guys don't want to come off. Oh, that is not sticky at all. I don't understand why that happens. Why I have these random sections that lose their stickiness. Fortunately, yeah, this whole... Somebody told me that if I rub it with a baby wipe and I let it dry, that it will get sticky again. So fingers crossed that in a few minutes I can place diamonds there. So insomnia. It's a real thing. My doctor changed my pain medication 2 months ago. Or I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago. My God, what am I saying? And I have been suffering with insomnia ever since. So I'm going to need to give them a call and be like, hey, look, I can't sleep like ever. I mean, I'm averaging 4 hours of sleep a night, and I'm not going to bed till like 6 o'clock, between 4 and 6 a.m. Last night was amazing because I actually went to sleep at like 2 a.m. That's been the earliest it's been in like 2 weeks. And then I get up anywhere from 8 to 10, somewhere in that ballpark. So if I'm lucky, I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. I actually got 7 hours last night, which was really freaking nice. But that's been not the normal here lately. So, I'm having a really hard time where to sit things and getting myself organized here today. I'm like all discombobulated. So I got to talk about that. I got to figure that out. My daughter had her 23rd birthday on Tuesday, and she called me like freaking out because she's like, Mom, I just had a memory pop up on Facebook, and it was from a decade ago. How can I be old enough to have been alive for 2 decades? And I'm like, yeah, I'm asking myself the same question here, hon. So yeah, it was like, holy crap, how can you be 23? Which my oldest is 30, and I still refuse to admit that that is actually truth. But unfortunately it is, and I can't deny it, and I can't deny her. And yeah, I am the mother of a 30-year-old. And yeah, there's my stickiness back. Except I have an AB and it doesn't want to come off. I really wish that there was a solution to the AB problem. I mean, yeah, there are tips and tricks that you can do. I tell you, this Not Your Mama's Mud, though, seems to... It's when I use my putty that it's getting contrary. But I don't tend to be having any problems with the Not Your Mama's Mud, so that's good. And the stickiness is back. That is amazing. I have no brain for science, so I have no idea how that works. But it's so freaking cool. So I got a huge shipment this week. My Halloween paintings came in early in the week that I had ordered from the new release 2 Saturdays ago. So they finally all showed up on Monday. And then yesterday, I was all excited because my new releases showed up from this past weekend. And I got the butterfly painting from Diamond Art Club. I got Dragon Wagon, the new Randall Spangler. And I got Fabiola from Richard Lorenz. Well, when I went out and I picked up the box, I'm like, this doesn't weigh a whole lot. Because a lot of times I have to wait and have my husband bring it in because I have back issues and I can't lift anything or very little. And I'm like, why is this so light? I open it up. Well, that's because it only has 2 out of 3 canvases in it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And of course, guess which one was missing? Fabiola. So I started freaking out because when I went to the website to be able to email Diamond Art Club, guess what? Fabiola was marked out of stock for squares. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I've heard stories of people saying that, you know, they got shipped the wrong kit. When they contact them, oh, well, sorry, that kit is no longer in stock. Here's your money back, and good luck on trying to get it whenever, if and whenever we decide to restock it. I did not want to fall into that category. I have all of the Richard Lorenz birds except for Agnes, One Hot Mess. So if you're watching this and you have that and you would like to destash it, please send me a message in the comments because I will be all over that shit. Let's see if it'll let me put these down. Yay! Okay. So yeah. So I contact them, and like I said, I'm like waiting for them to tell me that they're just going to have to issue me a refund. And she said, hold on one moment. Thank you for contacting us. I'm going to contact the warehouse and I will get back to you. Well, I guess fortunately, whoever was boxing my box realized that they had not put my kit in, and they were waiting to find out who it belonged to and who did not get, who was missing a kit. So it has actually shipped. It has left Texas and it is en route to me. So I was so happy and relieved when they emailed me back and told me that. And then I got my shipping notification and tracking number for Fabiola. Because I think I probably would have just wanted to throw myself off a building at that point in time. And yes, I realize that sounds utterly ridiculous to say that about a diamond painting, and I fully understand that, but that's just how I've been feeling lately. I'm not saying that I'm feeling suicidal, but it's just like I feel like my life is a complete and utter dumpster fire. It's like everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And I just, people talk about having so many spoons per day. Well, I think I used all my spoons for the entire year earlier this year. And I just don't have it. I just don't have it in me. I've been wanting, and I was feeling like the desire to go to a pumpkin patch this year. I haven't gone to one since we went to one the first year that we lived here, which was 7 years ago. We moved here. And I went with Emily and William, and Emily's best friend Kate at the time. For her 18th birthday, we went to a local pumpkin patch, but I haven't been to a pumpkin patch since then. I stopped buying pumpkins because I bought them, would say that we were going to carve them, and then it never happened. They would just sit and end up being something that the squirrels decided to start eating, and they would rot, and it was just a whole thing. So I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. But then I've been kind of in the mood to go do one this year. But now I don't know that I'm in the mood to go do one anymore, because it just seems like it's just so much work. And I just can't seem to bring myself to do anything like that right now. Which makes me sad. And makes me want to cry, because the holidays have always been like, September to February has like always been my favorite time of year. And I did decorate the house for Halloween. I even decorated my art room that I'm sitting in now. So that was kind of cool and nice, and I was happy that I did it at the time. And I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like I don't really know a whole lot about anything right now. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think this is just going to be a short little one. I actually recorded an hour-long WIP and chat yesterday and was having difficulties getting it uploaded, and I accidentally somehow ended up deleting the entire video. And at first I said I wasn't going to do one for this weekend since I couldn't put it up for Frankly Friday. But I just felt like I needed to come on here and chat and tell you guys what's been going on in my dumpster fire life and just kind of get it off my chest. And at least this way, you know, if you're having a dumpster fire life right now, that you're not alone. I'm right there with you. Hopefully next week things will be better. I ordered a new cable that is supposed to be delivered today from Amazon to be able to connect my phone to my computer so that I can easily transfer my videos and my photos and stuff like that, because the one I had a short in it, so it kept like disconnecting and not doing what it needed to do. So hopefully Amazon will deliver that today. It's supposed to be, and I can do better at uploading this. So fingers crossed on that one. I've been rewatching the Harry Potter movies in my diamond art room by myself. I am up to Goblet of Fire. I finished Prisoner of Azkaban. And, okay, I'm going to talk about Prisoner of Azkaban for a second, because this just brings up something. That was my favorite book. Out of all of the Harry Potter books, that was my favorite book. Let me know if you feel, or if I'm out here on a limb all by myself, with the fact that when the movie came out and you went and saw it the first time, were you all like, what the hell? I feel like they butchered that book. I remember leaving and being like, what did I just see? Because that is not the movie. Out of all of the movies, it is the one that I feel like they bastardized the most, turning it into a movie. So yeah, leave in the comments your thoughts, your opinions. What do you think of that movie? Do you not like Harry Potter at all? I don't really follow a whole lot of like local news, and I try not to get involved with this, oh, well, you can't look at things that this people does because they don't hold the same beliefs that I do. And I know that when I told my daughter I was watching them, she was like, I can't believe you're giving J.K. Rowling money. And I was like, okay, I'm not giving the money. HBO Max is, because that's where I'm watching them from. So they paid J.K. Rowling. I'm just watching what, you know, they paid her. So, but I'm not even quite sure. I guess I should look it up and see, is this something I need to take a stand on? But, you know, everybody does crap and everybody has different beliefs. And if we all took a stand on everything, there would be nothing left in the world. You know, people are going to be people. People are going to believe the things that they want to believe. And that's just a fact. That's just how life is. And, you know, I'm sorry, but at my age and where my mental health is, I can't take a stand on everything. I mean, I feel like it's hard enough that, you know, I've decided to take a stand on making sure that any diamond art I buy is coming from a company that legally licenses their artwork. That's the stand I'm taking right now. I'm not buying any more diamond paintings from companies that are not compensating their artists. Because that is something that I do feel and believe in, and I think is theft. And, theft. Yeah, there's something else. Somebody broke into my car this week. Oh, I totally forgot about this. Okay, so funny, not so funny story. So my bulldog Atlas is driving me utterly insane the other day with his barking. He wouldn't stop. Barking at everything. Oh, somebody opened a car door. Let's bark about it. Somebody walked down the street. Let's bark about it. And it's like, oh my God, stop. You are killing me here. So I'm on the phone with my daughter, and he is outside, and he is just barking and barking and barking. I'm like, okay, you're going to start pissing off my neighbors. So I go outside with the intention of yelling at him and telling him to get his little hiney back into the house, when I happen to take notice that he is barking at Rhea because she's in the neighbor's yard. Oh my God. So I'm like, okay, this is a problem. I'm trying to figure out how she got out, because we had reinforced our fence. We had, my neighbor had put up a taller fence in between our homes because Rhea kept jumping over the fence and it was falling down, and they decided to replace it. Thank you. I don't particularly like the kind of fence they bought, but you know what? I didn't pay for it, so I don't really care. So I'm like, okay, how did she get out? Now keep in mind, I had cervical spine surgery and I have a lot of difficulty driving. And I'm now going to have to get in my car and I'm going to have to drive around the block and go find her. So I go inside. I tell my daughter I'm going to have to call her back. I have to go find Rhea. And I grab my car keys, and I have not driven my car since July 11th or something like that. I go outside, go and start my car. Now, it has been started. It has been moved. And as I'm trying to start it and it's not turning on, I happen to take notice of the fact that my glove compartment is open. And everything's been taken out of it. And the center console is open. And everything's been taken out of that. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody broke into my car. Well, my car's not starting. So then I'm like, oh my God, did they steal my car battery too? So I'm like, all right, I can't even look at that now. I'm going to have to walk now around the block to go and try and get her and walk her back. So I go in, I get a leash, and then that's when I realize her collar is here. She doesn't even have a collar on. I'm like, lovely. What am I going to attach the leash to? So I'm like, all right, well, I will just figure it out when I get to her. I've got to go find her. So I walk around the block, and of course we live like halfway in the middle of the block. So I'm having to walk half a block down, half a block down, turn, walk another half a block, get to the alley, turn into the alley, and then walk at least half a block till I get to the rear of my house. Well, I get there. I'm calling her name. Fortunately, she comes running and she's like, oh, hey, Mom, how are ya? You know, she's just happy-go-lucky. Like, What's the big deal? I was just visiting the neighbors, you know, and I'm like, yeah, hate you. I'm able to wrap the leash around her neck like a noose. No, I did not hang the dog. And clip it. And she gingerly walks with me, good as gold, back to the house. So now that I'm at the house, I'm like, okay, well, I got her in the house. I will figure out how she got out in a minute. I need to go see if I have a battery in my car. So I go out, I pop the hood, and yes, fortunately, I have a battery in my car. Thank the gods. My husband, when he got home, went out and charged my battery. Apparently, he did not let it run long enough because it is dead again. So hopefully it's not my alternator. And that it just needed to be driven and ran more to recharge the battery. So he's going to try and jump it again today. And I'm going to go to CVS and drive and go pick up my medication that I have waiting for me. So yeah. So I couldn't really be angry because you talk about coincidences. If Rhea hadn't jumped the fence, Atlas wouldn't have been barking at her, and I wouldn't have came down and seen that she was out of the yard, and I wouldn't have gone out and gotten into my car. And I wouldn't have discovered that my car had been broken into. I'll tell you in a minute what they actually stole out of my car. And I wouldn't have known that my battery was dead. So most likely, if that hadn't happened, I would have decided one day maybe I needed to go to a doctor's appointment. Maybe it could have been an emergency that I needed to go and I had to drive someplace, and I would have gone out to a dead car and been stuck. So because she decided to get out of the yard and he decided to tattle and bark at her about her being out of the yard, they actually ended up saving me what could have been a disaster. So yeah. So I can't really be angry at either one of them, even though at the time I wanted to strangle them. What they actually stole out of my car. They stole my car adapter charger from my phone, and I have a 1999 Durango. It is before the Bluetooth age. But my husband bought me a device that goes into my cigarette lighter that allows me to connect via Bluetooth through an FM radio station. And that's what they took. I don't know how much he paid for it. I want to say, I think it was around $30. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it could have been worse. But, you know, then of course that just makes me think, you know, what kind of person does that? What kind of person breaks into somebody else's car and steals their stuff? I mean, how would you like it if somebody did that to you? You know, it's like, do people not think about those kind of things? Do they not think about how they would feel if somebody broke in and stole their stuff? You know, and that's what gets me the most. I try to be a generous person. I have paid it forward at Starbucks and paid for someone behind me. I've done it at McDonald's and paid for somebody's drink or food behind me. You know, I buy toys for Tots and for the United States Marine Corps toy drive every Christmas. I buy Girl Scout cookies and support the Girl Scouts. You know, I do things to help and give back as much as I can. During the holidays, I always, when the grocery stores are having like the food collection and stuff, I always donate some canned goods or round up, you know, my shopping order or whatever for whatever charity they're giving. You know, I do those things. I try to give to those that don't have. that why do you have to go and steal? Why do you have to break into somebody's vehicle and steal something and go through their stuff looking for what you can get to sell or hawk or whatever? It's like, come on, people. Really? Have some common decency. You know, it's just so upsetting. And it just depresses me to think about the fact that there are people out there that just have no conscience and don't think twice about stealing from somebody. It's such an invasion of privacy. I mean, my daughter is going through the fact that somebody basically has stole her identity. They got a hold of a whole bunch of her credit card numbers and attempted to make very large purchases on them. The person lives in Louisiana because they were doing curbside pickup for all of the items that they were buying. So, you know, we knew what stores they were shopping at, etc. And it's like, really? Why? You know, do you feel better about yourself now that you... And I mean, they're spying things that they can resell too. I mean, they were trying to buy Fitbits and Apple Watches and stuff. And it's like... So you're stealing First, you've stolen my daughter's credit card. You're purchasing things that I guarantee, are going to try... That you didn't pay for. That you're going to try and turn around and offload and sell to somebody else. It's like, does that make you feel good about yourself? Are you proud of yourself that you managed to do this? You know, are you proud of yourself that you've left a college student who is working 2 jobs? Because my daughter is a graduate student. She works 2 jobs. You know, to be able to go to school and get her master's degree. That, you know... Does it make you feel good that you did that to that person? I tell you what, I ever find out who you are, I'm going to feel good when I punch you in the face because, you know, knock some sense into them. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that people do things like that. Well, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. But before I go, I wanted to show you one of the neat things and one of the reasons why I loved Bella Art trays. So they have a lid that comes on, okay? It does not come off. So when I'm ready to put my drills back in, I just turn it upside down with the lid on it, shake it, the stopper comes off, and then I can just dump them back into the container. And I don't make a mess because I am terrible about making messes. And then there were a few that I think were misshapen sizes that got stuck, but 3. So I have 3 drills that got stuck because they are too big. Yep, they're all larger than they should be. But isn't that cool? So yeah, so all of my trays are from Bella Art de Nicole. She has her own website, so it's www.bellaart.com. She also has Bella Art Diamonds. She recently purchased Mary's Diamonds and now sells diamond paintings and changed the name to Bella Art Diamonds. So she also sells diamond art kits. I have not bought one yet. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just waiting to decide which one I want. This is also from Bella Art. It is a mud wax holder that you can put your stuff in. It has a little lid to help keep it from drying out. So I also, I bought her Halloween mystery boxes, and it came with one in the holiday mystery boxes. And I use it for all of my multi-placers and extra tips. So I use one for that, and then I use one for my actual putty. And I use her caddy It's what I keep all my stuff on. This is a little coffin. It has a lid, but it's a cover minder / trash minder. This actually magnetizes fast too. This is the stretch caddy. So I can actually, if I wanted, and it has magnets on the back. There are 4 magnets in and then magnets on the outside, but it'll hold a max tray, or it can hold 2 large trays side by side. Or you can put small trays in there. So yeah, this is really cute. I love it. This is the stretch caddy from Bella Art de Nicole. The little coffin was from the Halloween thing. These you can get all the time, the mud wax holders. So yeah, that's my little caddy that I keep all my little supplies on. And then at night I throw my, tweezers on there and the pen I'm using. So go check them out. They have some really cool stuff. And yeah, I love their things. So thank you for joining me today. If you liked the video, which was kind of all over the place and crazy, but please hit the thumbs up. That helps with the algorithms. If you think you might want to stick around and go on my insane life journey with me of diamond painting and mental health, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Please leave in your comments. Let me know how you feel about the Harry Potter thing. Yes to Prisoner of Azkaban movie was good, or yes, you are correct, Heather, in the fact that it destroyed the book and was bastardized left and right. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about that. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.